Ching-a-ching, ching-a-ching, ching-ching, oh.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten, children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Ching-a-ching, ching-a-ching, ching-ding, oh, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Hello everyone, it's the King Singers here, and we are so pleased to be in the Hal Leonard headquarters here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hi, my name is Joan. My question is, how do you get men to sing soprano?
I'm Patrick, and I'm the first counter-tenor, so I'm probably best placed to talk about men singing soprano. Getting men to sing soprano is a funny way of putting it. Tim and I both sing counter-tenor, so that is the highest vocal range that a man can sing. Every man has a vocal capability of using the falsetto, which is essentially using a smaller part of your vocal cords than a man would normally use singing in his chest voice. And men often use their falsettos without realising it when they giggle or when they do impressions of women, for example, and that's using exactly the same mechanism that Tim and I use to sing. It's just we've chosen to train it up and to make our living from it.
Hi, I'm Mercedes, and my question is, how many hours a day do you practice?
Hi, my name is Tim, and I sing the second countertenor part in the King Singers. I think it's very different for each of us. I mean, we do many hours of personal practice when we're back at home. I'd say anything between 3 and 4 hours each day, but it's different if we have new repertoire coming up. We would spend many more hours than that learning the notes, sitting at a piano working out the chords and where our part sits within those chords. We don't rehearse very much when we're on tour. We don't want to tire our voices out too much before the concerts, so we do most of our hours of practice back at home. So if you had to put a figure on it, I'd say something between 3 and 4 hours each day.
Hi, I'm Robbie, and my question is how do you choose what music you're going to perform or sing?
Hi Robbie, I'm Julian. I'm the tenor in the group. Part of the answer is down to what we as a group enjoy singing. Since the group was founded in 1968, the repertoire has been based on the English choral tradition, originally first and foremost, which is sort of 16th century Renaissance polyphony right through to kind of 20th century music. However, the group, when they founded, when they started, they decided to incorporate not just madrigals, but also pop songs of the day, of the 60s and 70s. And ever since then, we've been expanding that, really. So as time's gone on, being very aware of what is popular and, I guess, most accessible to our audiences. It's really about creating an enjoyable experience on the stage for both ourselves, but more importantly, really the audience, so that they can enjoy the concerts and feel like we're communicating a really good message from each piece and having a coherent journey to the programme.
My question is, what does it take to get into the King Singers?
Hi Davey, I'm Chris, and I'm the first baritone in the group. I think the first thing is, given that we are based in the UK, I think living there would be one of the greatest benefits to your chances. We have all come from the English choral tradition, and so whether that was as a chorister from a young age, or as a choral scholar when we were studying at university, or as a professional lay clerk, between Oxford, Cambridge and London, it's one of the sort of golden triangles of choral music. And so coming from that scene, I think is going to really put you in good stead. There's an audition process. We invite candidates along. It's not something you apply for. A decision is based on both your musical qualifications and ambitions and ability, as well as your personality. It's an all-encompassing sort of way of choosing a member.
My question is, why are there no women in the group?
Hello, I'm Chris. I sing second baritone in the group. We do get asked this question relatively often, and the honest answer is simply that the original members of the group were 6 choral scholars at King's College in Cambridge, and the choir at King's is one of the most famous choirs within the university and perhaps worldwide. and it's comprised of boy choristers who are aged between 7 and 13, and male choral scholars who are students at the university. And that's the way that the group was founded back in the 16th century. And it happened to be that the 6 members of the choir who wanted to continue singing were 2 altos, a tenor, 2 baritones and a bass, which are traditionally male voices. They did have a few women sopranos who sang with them in the very early days, prior to 1968. Now, in all the Cambridge colleges, there are choirs which have ladies who sing soprano on top as well. But when the group was founded nearly 50 years ago, it was just guys who happened to be singing in those choirs. But we do like women. Very much.
And I was wondering if there's anyone else in your family that was musical or not.
I'm Johnny. It's lovely to meet you. I don't come from a dynasty of classical musicians. My father happened to be a choral scholar at Cambridge, like the original King's Singers. He sang in a different college. It was called Trinity College, Cambridge. But apart from that, it's always been kind of an amateur love of music. So my grandmother came from Austria in the 1930s and brought her accordion with her. So I remember lots of Christmases where we sat around my grandmother playing the accordion. My father taught himself classical guitar. I think it's interesting because for each of us we have a huge number of musical influences within our family, and I think that's one of the lovely things about the group, that we all did it kind of because we loved music from a young age, not anything else.
Thanks.
Thanks, mate.
Where did the name King's Singers come from? And also, what does it mean to you?
The King's Singers is named, as we've alluded to, after King's College in Cambridge. And King's College in Cambridge is one of 36 colleges in Cambridge. And it's right in the centre of town. It's got a very famous, a very, very beautiful chapel. And the original 6 members of the King's Singers were all choral scholars in the choir there. And the king who is referred to in King's College, Cambridge, is King Henry VI, and he founded the college in 1441. And ever since 1441, there have been choral scholars and choristers singing in that chapel the daily services. Unbroken tradition right from 1441 until today. Since then, the King's Singers hasn't retained any sort of actual, sort of proper bond to King's formally. However, there have been a few choral scholars from King's who have ended up as King's Singers, and I'm the latest one of those. So that means a lot to me, and it's a wonderful place you should go and visit.
I'm Sophia, and my question is, how many concerts do you guys perform a year?
In each year, we'd say anywhere between 120 and 140 concerts. So we're on the road a huge amount, as you can imagine. Probably 6 or 7 months each year we're away from home. Just before I started, the group celebrated their 40th anniversary, and then I think the chaps did in excess of 140, maybe 145 to 150. So we try and keep to that ballpark figure, around 120, just to give us some life at home, and to say hello to our girlfriends and wives. But yeah, it's around 120.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Max, and I was wondering if this is your real job or if you have other occupations outside of the group.
Hi, Max. Believe it or not, this is my real job. And when you're touring for 7 months of the year, there's not a lot of time, really, to take on board anything else. And I don't think my fiancée would appreciate it if I took up something else. She would prefer to see me a little bit more than that, but she knows it's not just my real job, it's my dream job.
All right, thanks.
Cheers.
Thank you so very much to all of you. It's been great to be here in these rather great acoustics, actually. You should do this more. We want to thank Hal Leonard. We want to thank the wonderful high school students. Thank you to all of you for listening, and thank you to everybody out there on the interweb worldwide. We'd like to wish you peace and joy this Christmas. Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and we hope to see you in person very soon. Thank you. Thank you.
From now on our troubles will be out of sight, be out of sight. And yourself a merry little Christmas, make the Yuletide gay. From now on our troubles will be miles away. Through the